So we played the first part of this on the Cerebral Puzzle Showcase, which I forgot to turn on the side stream for, but I'll highlight that later. So, we ended our last session finding the flower field here and marking that on the map correctly. I still am struggling to figure out how to get a good line on the pile of wood over there. So let's just see if we can get an alignment here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 10 was probably enough. So 10's the tree. I'm inclined to think 10's the tree. And now I need to figure out how many steps it is from the tree. Well, that's going to be a little bit tricky. I guess from here, I could try to go, like, due north, but, I mean, I'm like, stuck behind this wall. Is there a better line I could take? The walls of this building seem to be aligned. Go 4 units. And then from here, so from here, this just doesn't feel like. I mean, if I have two.
The missile knows knows where it is at all
Yo, Dan,
times.
thank you so much for the...
It knows this because it knows
subs.
where it isn't. By
Paying the tech
subtracting where it
support. Thank
is
you, Dan.
from where it isn't, or
Very
where it
sweet.
isn't from where it is, whichever is greater, it obtains a difference or deviation. The guidance subsystem uses deviations to generate corrective commands to drive the missile from a position where it is to a position where it isn't, and arriving at a position where it wasn't, it now is. Consequently, the position where it is now the position that it wasn't,
Not here.
and it follows that the position that it was is now the position that it isn't.
Thanks, Dan. Like, I could... If I could measure distances, I could look at where two circles overlap or something, but, like, getting a straight line from one location to another is proving to be quite challenging. Let's try marking that tree right there. We'll say almost 8. Just shy of 8. Okay. And so starting here, I'm pulling out my pencil. I can rotate it. Okay. And then now, from some other location, it's definitely on my map, like the flower bed. A hair more than 5. Starting from the flower bed, pencil. Okay. Where those two cross, that's the tree. Alright, now the tree should have direct sight on the... It doesn't. This is a cartography zone. Like, I have a desire, like, I feel like I could fudge this a bit. I have a desire to be as exact as possible, and I'm trying to figure out, do I have the tools necessary to be as exact as possible? From here, I don't have a straight line. But if I had the right heading, I could measure at least partially. Problem is, I don't even know that I have the right heading. Like, what can this this palette of, logs, what can it see that I could use as a reference point? I mean, it can see that tree, but I can't walk a straight line to it. Can I use this tree as a waypoint? am I going here? I mean, I can wing this one, but I don't want to. I'd like to... I should be able to use deductive reasoning to figure out where this is. Is there like another milestone around here? I mean, I can use this rock. Maybe that's what it wants me to do. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Maybe just using this rock is enough. Six and a half. And then, let's say from this tip right here. Another 6.5. Okay. Milo, it's as good as new. That's a relief. I wonder what would take. Look at the stone basket with a hammer. So 8 away. And then from tree that I marked, does that have a straight line to it? Not really. But I can probably go from the... So it's a little more this direction. 17.5. Not particularly close. Were my measurements bad? Probably. Eight and some change. Worse. Why is that so far off? Oh, like vertical drops add to it. I just thought it was like counting faster because yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe that's the issue. I guess we can test that theory. I mean, I think that's still just meant to be horizontal distance. I should be able to answer this question with the tools I've been given. I wonder if I'm just caring more than the game wants me to about precision at this moment. Like, it expects me to recognize inherent error, and it'll give me better tools later to come back with. Should be 17 away. And then from here, try that one more time. Eight and a half. It's still so far away. I feel like I'm not fully understanding how I can use the tools I've got. And that's going to be wrong in the same way as before. So clearly I'm missing some piece of the puzzle. No, I didn't want to continue. Go back. Can I not redo it? Oh, if I click that one. That'll... Okay. So you can redo them. You just click the specific target you'd like to redo. Because, like, I could just put it here and I'd probably get pretty good credit, right? It's even further over. It's like here. But, like, the question is, how do I do this correctly? Yeah, it's definitely cheating. Without a doubt. The question is, what tools do I have that will actually solve that problem for me? Is it just a matter of marking more locations on my map that are closer rather than trying to take a 17-step path? Like, if I marked this on my map... And then from this... That's like 3.5. Okay, now from here... Actually, let me do it the other direction, because there's like a step up onto this thing. Eight and a half. That already didn't even come close. Like, I feel like I might just be stupid. I think it's just too many levels of imprecision that I'm incorporating. Little bits of imprecision compound. And you end up... Like, the fact that I can't be told exactly how many steps it is kind of part of the problem. But I mean, I understand. The idea is that this is supposed to feel like you're kind of estimating. I feel like my measurement from the... My measurement from the planks is fine. The measurement from this pile is wrong. Okay, I'll come back to this one. I have questions. Billy's favorite anime is Two Piece. Wow, look, Rue, so many flowers. We're definitely going to find your flower here, so what's so special about the flower? The raven flower is known for its perfection, be it its appearance, its scent, or its adaptability. Ooh, that must be pretty exhausting. Yeah, maybe. But she can also grant wishes. Wishes? Wow, that's so cool. Right? Then I'll finally fit into my perfect family. I'll be nice, well-behaved, and friendly. But Rue, you're already nice and friendly. Anyway, let's get started. Mark all red flowers on the island. Red rosebush. Anyway. Red rosebush. So from this point of land, toward the rosebush, six and a half.
Determined to go forward.
Yo, Dave, thanks for the resub. Okay, and then I also want to measure from this point, I guess. So it's a little less than 6. Maybe right at 6. Kinda. Alright, I'll take that. Easy to mismeasure, unfortunately. Mark the red poppy flower in the grass. Mark the red hanging flowers. Is this the red poppy flower in the grass it's talking about? Because flower sounds like it's one, but... I haven't seen any clues to any treasures, but I'm sure there have been. I might have just been missing them. Oh no. In the large one. He's referring to these stumps around here, but... Oh, it's those over there. Stump. Is there more than one treasure here? I don't remember. Not sure I have access to that information once I'm on the map. Oh, that's where the dock is. Got it. Between the tower and the... Didn't mean to do that. Guess I don't have to be that technical with that. Okay, so mark the red poppy flower in the grass. I assume it's this. So what objects around here can I reference? I'm gonna say 7 was pretty accurate. Problem is, I don't know exactly where this starts. It's not directly in any angle. So what are my options here? Measure distance from this. This isn't going to be very accurate, but we can see what it does. I mean, fortunately accurate, since a lot of that was guesswork. Is this the hanging red flowers it wants to know? somewhere along that line. It's a bit over 6. Hey, the answer. Thanks so much for the raid. I'm gonna take a gamble on this really half-assed measurement, but it's giving it to me. I missed a treasure. Welcome, we're playing Map Map, a game that asks you to make a map. There's another hidden treasure on this island, so we're gonna look around to see if we can find the clue to it. I will assume that it's indoors, but I'd be remiss if I didn't look around. Could be drawn on a wall, it could be more complicated than that. Bird. I like this game, but I will say that I think being able to sort of partially guess your way to a solution without demonstrating a full understanding of what's being asked for is a failure of a puzzle game. Like, to use a very recent example, watching Juker play La Mulana, and he was doing the mantra puzzle and just spamming the pillar in every room. That is a failure of puzzle design if you can do that and get away with it. That said, who cares, I guess? Like, I can decide. As you've seen me do several times if you've been watching this playthrough, sometimes I've been like, I could guess, but let me see if I can actually work it out from principles. And most of the time, I didn't. I failed. But that, I can decide how much of a stickler I want to be. So in that sense, like, it's nice that a player could just kind of go into this, hey, I want to have a cozy time, I don't care how accurate I am, and just wing it. But then someone like me can, you know, say, I'm not going to accept that unless I can figure it out definitively. Alright, well, let's check some of the walls and indoor areas to see if we can find the next clue, because I found 2 clues, and I haven't found the last one yet, so we're missing one. Oh wait, I think I saw something. Meow? Okay. Sometimes it's just like right there. Was I overthinking this one then? No, this one was on top of a rock. If anything, I feel like I was underthinking this one. Where was it again? Over that way, I think. Yeah. So I guess I'm not really talking through my theories. I was wondering whether or not one of the white sticks corresponded to this white line right here. That would kind of make sense to me a little bit. But I can't find what the other stick would correspond to. I mean, I'm doing an unimaginable amount of guesswork at the moment. Supposed to be an arrow? I mean, it could be. It's a pretty shoddy arrow, if so. Yeah, this one is like the only treasure I've hunted for that I've found the clue for that I've just not been able to work out what it's actually asking of me. Does it mean something that there's a white tree inside of the tower? Does that mean something? Dig up the tower. Here's two sticks that are kind of in a proper shape. They're at least oriented right, feels like. I mean, is it maybe something as simple as that? As I'm just looking for two sticks that have the right orientation? The viewing angle might be relevant. What do you mean? Go on. Line the sticks up with the walls? Like, which walls? There's tons of walls here. You know they got that wall money. By God, I'll dig up every single square earth of this of this island. Alright, well, we'll come back again. Later with better perspective, I guess. Forest dwarf and a houseplant. That's crazy, there's so many statues. And water's terrible for my circuit boards. But just look at all those red fish. Look at the fish near the basalt rocks in the water, they're really cute. Oh, by the way, Milo asked if you could mark the missing statue. Also, he gave me this photo for you. I'm sorry he's still so reserved. He doesn't have it easy with the other kids at school. I always laugh at him when he talks about the Raven City. Maybe that's why he didn't want anyone new in the crew. Yo, LG, thank you so much for the resub. Map. 12.5. Now let's measure from here. Pardon me. Really? It was that far off? Let's try to get a better read then. See, I can't triangulate from a lot of these locations. Okay, let's try from this corner. We'll say 11. Then what was the read from the tip here? And some change. about there. Starting from here. Okay. I'll accept that. Mark the missing statue. So I can't measure from that direction at least. Let's measure it from the tip of this little island here. Nailed it.
Map, map, map. Map, map.
Fishies. Oh, I only got one treasure. Where'd the other treasure at? Oh, right, this thing. Still didn't figure out what this was asking for. Is it possible that this is a reference to something on another island? Because it doesn't really look like any of the... Doesn't really look like any of the specific shapes here. Okay, so this isn't noted But there's a pool of water here. So maybe that's what I'm looking for. Let me look at it again. Okay, here's another one of those pools. I think it's here, right? Because this is the island. It's got to be around here. There we go. What do you do in this game? Map? That's amazing. Now what tall tower? I would love to see it. Could you perhaps mark the tall tower, please? Map, map, map. Map, 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 map. That's going right down the center, buddy. Right down the center, baby. Let's go.
Map, map, map,
Oh, the ravens could fly there. Flying must be so cool. I think so too. Well, maybe we should take a look at... Did I just see a deer? Where? Is there a meadow that they graze in? Who cares about those stupid deer anyway? It's much more important to find the raven flower. There must be a new flower around here. Perfect. While we're at it, we might as well gather some wood. For my next project, please mark the X under the bridge. New purple flower, X under the bridge, meadow where the deers graze. Dig around the statue. I think the... Oh, this one isn't. That one. Pin. Aw, the deer are cute. I can ride it. They let you ride the deer in this game. Dig up the fish. Let's see, maybe knowing where the dock is would help me. Perfect. I'm like trying to figure out. This feels like it's gonna end up like the other stage where I could not figure out where my waypoints were. Too far, I can't measure anything with... Man. I feel like I'm at such a loss here. tree. Okay, so this is probably the purple flower I'm supposed to mark, which is challenging. I'll mark her from the dock, and I'll mark it from that spot right there. Six. It's called Map. You know, maps. But twice. And then 10. What? It's off a little bit? It's like further this way. I think the like falling off a ledge and trying to count those steps is what's messing me up, and I'm not sure if there's something I could be doing better or not, but like the X under the bridge. Isn't that just, like, very close over here? Doesn't feel very scientific, but... Really, that's still considered not... I mean, just looking at it, it feels like that should be spot on anyway. I did not, Bob. I mean, same goes to you. You should as well. You didn't watch any Bubsy? Embarrassing. I wish the sun could give me some more help. Like... I feel like that'd be a really interesting,
Map, map. Map, 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 map.
I just want to see what would happen. So how do I mark this spot? What? I can mark the road, maybe? Don't really know how I want to go about marking this either. I guess I can go from this. So this is a waypoint I have. So if I went from here through here, and then from this spot I can kind of see the tree in the distance, but I can't reach it, so it's not useful to me. In fact, a lot of these spots aren't useful to me. Can I use that logic somehow? Like, if I could mark this bridge, I could probably use the bridge to help me? Yeah, falling off ledges is imprecise. I mean, I know that that should be obvious to anyone, but yeah, it completely throws off my numbers. That's 4. This time it marked 5. Yeah, like I'm... I mean, I guess it makes sense. If you're counting by paces, then falling off a ledge would throw off your paces. Realistic, even if I don't like it. So what do I do here? I just feel like I'm missing a sort of aha moment that the game is expecting me to have. Well, those were professional tools. I'm not sure how to use the tools I have to improve this, though. Like, I can see that some of these things line up in a way that might be useful to me, but I'm not... Without my compass being able to reach that far, it's not really useful information for me. Because I can't use it to measure. Like, I see these features on my map, but if I can't measure the number of paces between things and use them to measure, I'm not sure the point. Like, in order to make this successful, I would have to mark multiple objects part way, and that just compounds the inaccuracy. Like, that was not 7 paces horizontally. It added because I fell off the ledge.
Map.
It's just... I don't... I want to figure out how it expects me to work some of these things out, but I feel like I'm very far from a point where I can actually work them out. Just because I'm not sure I fully understand how the tools are meant to solve these problems for me. I think it's just a fundamental... Pardon me. I think it's just a fundamental misunderstanding on my part of what I'm expected to do to solve some of these things. I missed a treasure here, too. The treasures are fun to find. I'm inclined to think it's not a failure of the game. It's either a lack of willingness to make some estimations on my part, or not understanding how to use the tools appropriately. You want a good screen cap of the deer? I got you, boss. You only have to ask. Did any of that work for you? No problem. No problem. I would expect maybe a hint on top of that if I can get up onto these rocks. I just don't know where my entry point is. Does not seem to be a way to get on top of these rocks. The deer is probably just a monster. At this time, yeah. Which allows me basically two methods of measuring things. I can measure out straight lines, and I can see where lines intersect, or I can do curves based on the number of paces I've made from different waypoints, and I can see where the curves intersect. There's probably other either methods or techniques I can use, but those are the two that I've been applying, and I feel like it's starting to come up a little short. It's starting to get to the point where I don't feel like it solves the problem fully. I don't really care if you tell me what your method would be. Either I'm going to consider it unsound, or I'm going to learn a new technique, in which case I win either way. I mean, there are some landmarks in this game that actually do that, funny enough. Occasionally you'll encounter a landmark and the game will be like, I will put it on your map for you. But this map hasn't had any of those. So I've had to go off of, like, the contour of the island. There's another treasure here, supposedly, but I'm not finding any clues to it. So, some small issues. I don't have a compass, so I can't just draw a straight line on the map easily, unless it's between 2 points that I can identify. Back when it was giving me things like, hey, here's the, you know, here's a marker on the ground. Often it would give me like north, south, east, and west off of that marker. It really feels like there's something over there, but I can't get over there. My instinct is that I'm supposed to get on top of this castle. Right there. But I don't see a way for me to get there. And so I'm inclined to think my instincts are bad. Bad instincts. Sometimes you just have to accept that your instincts might be dog shit. The idea of making maps with rudimentary tools is a very fun one, but I feel like this one is just open-ended enough that it's bothering me a little bit that the game isn't trying to teach me what it wants from me. Like, it's not necessary that every game tutorialize you to hell, but this is largely a geometry problem. And like, okay, I'm a mathematician, I understand geometry, but there's clearly steps I'm not seeing. I'm not understanding what geometry techniques I'm supposed to be applying that I'm missing. And I feel like I am probably just not fully considering the problem. You know, I feel like I'm probably just, as I often say, underthinking things. There's a few inherent flaws with the tools that the game gives me that feel very limiting in a way that is just barely starting to frustrate me. No, and the main reason is because there's this big fuck off wall in the way. And so any other targets I want to find from here, I'm going to have to like walk not in a straight line, right? And if I'm taking a turn, then the pace counting no longer matters. I mean, my pace counting acts as an upper bound, but that's not all that helpful. If they gave me a compass, yeah, I could map out paces. Forever ain't that long of a time, I'll tell you that much. I feel like every time a video game has a respawn button, there's a story. I have a straight edge in the sense that I can, like, draw a line anywhere where the compass is pulled, so yeah. I don't have a 90-degree angle or anything. No, that's part of the problem. Like, I know that I can see this island right here. This island right here. From this island right here. And so I was like, oh, I could just draw a straight line between them. That'll get me there. No, you won't. That's what I mean, is that, like, the tools feel just limiting enough that sometimes I come up with solutions that I feel like are perfectly viable. And I'm annoyed that they don't work. And I don't think that's like a failure of the game. I think it's just that I am having a hard time conceptualizing other solutions than the few that I have thought up. Let's check out one more level, and then I might play something else. We didn't let Milo finish what he was saying. He wasn't able to conduct his research on the last island at all. I feel bad. That was wrong. I am wrong. I think you're reacting now. We need to apologize. I already have the perfect idea on how to do that. We're going to find something super cool and Raven-like on the island. We're going to show it to him. He's gonna flip out. How about the city map? Mark the city map. Yeah, I mean, I kind of understand what you're going for. The problem is that without a square, I can't find the perpendicular line, right? So you're saying if you draw two circles of the same size on both sides, look at the 2 points where they both intersect, that will give you a cross line, a perpendicular line, and then a 90-degree edge would allow you to draw the line correctly. But I don't have a square. Get a rectangle, and then the diagonals of that rectangle would get you the midpoint. Maybe I don't fully understand what you're suggesting. 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh, you're not gonna put this one on my... Yeah, that's fine. That's fine, boss. Whatever. The game usually marks this on my map for me when I find it. Honestly, even with my small gripes with this game, and they are small, these are just fun spaces to explore. I just want to look around and find little secrets. I've been enjoying it. I find that I have run into issues where I don't understand how to use the tools best to answer the question the way they want you to. And the game doesn't discourage you outside of your own intrinsic desire to solve things correctly. It doesn't prevent you from just, like, guessing. But I think it's a very clever game, and I think it's very charming. Really gives you a good idea of what it probably was like to be a cartographer before Google Maps. Or satellites, I guess. It sucked. It was bad. It was actually bad to be a cartographer back then. Your life was pain. It probably isn't an accident that there's that little blue line there. What's that mean? Oh, it could be a piece of that paint decal that they've applied to the 3D space, and maybe it is an accident. I don't know. Oh, welcome. Welcome, Raiders. I'm Author Blues, and we're playing Map. A game about map. Oh, this is the city map. This is the city map. This is saying that there is a treasure over at the end of that house. Where's the L-shaped building? If I were to go in that direction, there's an L-shaped building, then a long building, and it's kind of out the front of it. Here's the plot of the L-shaped building. It's like right here. I don't know what that is. Guess it's supposed to be like a wall. I could put wall stickers on my map. See what I mean though? Like, it doesn't really punish me for doing this. So, like, you have to have your own intrinsic desire to not want to guess. Which I do to an extent. I'm just kind of showing. And you can also, if you want 3 stars, just keep doing it until you get close enough to get the 3 stars. Yep, it's these walls. I found the most charming thing to be just looking for the treasures in each level. That I enjoy more than the actual map marking, because the map marking has been a tiny bit frustrating to me. Just because of limitations on my tools. Like, your only two tools are a compass for drawing on the map and counting out paces. But the problem with counting out paces is look at what happens when I walk off a ledge. And there's a lot of ledges, as you can see. This is not flat ground. But it just miscalculates distance very badly. And that makes sense. I mean, it's rudimentary tools. You're not going to, like, be able to accurately measure exactly how far something is when you fall off a ledge. Hello, Emo. If you stop measuring at any point, you restart the count.
Map, map. Map, 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 map.
Oh, I got a new tool. Tower Ruin? Mark this house. Mark the smithy. That bunny's not doing well right there. What the heck is this? Is that a treasure I missed? I could get a hammer and build stuff? Now hold up. Is this the one where I was never able to find the treasure? I mean, there was at least one where I saw a clue for the treasure and didn't find it, is what I mean. I don't remember where the clue was, if I found the clue. So let's take a tour around here and see if we can find the clue for this one. Oh, the level I was thinking of was that one with the... with the hint that was like like 2 sticks in an L shape. That's not this level. I don't know where the clue is for this. Somewhere up in these. Alright, let's look at that clue one more time. Just a pickaxe sticker. What's the clue on this one? It was like up on that rock. I don't know how to use this clue. Need to run forward a bit. That was it. I don't know that I understood that clue at all. Sorry, let me rephrase. I know I didn't understand that clue at all. Map of the city. You know what? Actually, let's go ahead and swap. I have one more game I want to take a look at tonight.